Simon Cowell, known for his ruthless critiques on American Idol and The X Factor, has always been adamant about not starting a family. He claimed that having a child would interfere with his lifestyle and career goals. For years, he maintained his position, seemingly uninterested in the idea of fatherhood. However, in 2013, Simon shocked the world when it was revealed that he was expecting a child with Lauren Silverman, his best friend's wife. The news was met with surprise and controversy, especially as Simon had been very close to Lauren's husband, Andrew Silverman. Despite the scandal, Simon took to social media to proudly share the news of his impending fatherhood, and soon after, his son Eric was born. This marked a turning point in Simon's life, revealing a side of him that many had never seen before. Eric's birth, a life-changing moment. The birth of Simon's son, Eric, was nothing short of transformative for the TV mogul. Once a workaholic with little interest in family life, Simon was profoundly affected by the birth of his son. He had been deeply moved when he first held Eric, an emotional experience that took him back to his late father, Eric Philip Cowell, who passed away in 1999. The birth of his son reignited the love Simon had for his father and led to an emotional shift. No longer solely focused on his career, Simon began reassessing his priorities. He took a step back from his punishing schedule, realizing that family and health were now at the forefront of his life. His previously sharp-ish critical persona began to soften as he embraced fatherhood with tenderness and a newfound sense of purpose. A new sense of purpose. Becoming a father before Eric's birth, Simon had been known for his relentless work ethic, often sacrificing his health and personal life for his career. But fatherhood gave him a new sense of direction. His son Eric helped Simon reconnect with what truly mattered in life. He found joy in simple activities, reading bedtime stories, playing, and spending quality time with his son, which brought him a sense of fulfillment that his career had never provided. The emotional connection he formed with Eric not only helped Simon overcome his grief from the loss of his mother, but also provided him with the strength to battle depression. Simon began to view his life through a different lens, focusing on his family and well-being, and gradually, he transformed from a career driven bachelor into a devoted, compassionate father. The struggle with grief and loss. Simon's journey to finding peace and purpose was not easy. After the loss of his mother, Julie Brett, in 2015, Simon experienced a deep depression. Julie had been the rock of Simon's life, especially after his father's death in 1999. With her passing, Simon was left feeling emotionally lost. He became a workaholic, burying his feelings under piles of tasks and commitments. Despite his professional success, Simon was deeply unhappy and lonely. His once fulfilling career became a coping mechanism to distract him from the emotional void. He described this period as one of desperate unhappiness and living like a vampire, working long hours but feeling no real joy or connection. It wasn't until Eric's birth that Simon began to heal, as his son brought a renewed sense of hope and purpose into his life. A near-death experience that changed everything. In 2020, Simon Cowell faced a life-threatening accident that further changed his perspective on life. While riding an electric bike at home, Simon lost control and fell, breaking his back. The injury was severe and nearly paralyzed him, leaving Simon in excruciating pain. He was forced to undergo extensive physical therapy and make significant lifestyle changes in order to recover. The accident was a wake-up call for Simon, forcing him to rethink his priorities and recognize the importance of cherishing life and loved ones. It was a terrifying reminder of how fragile life is and how quickly things can change. As Simon recovered, he realized that no amount of success or fame could replace the value of being there for his family, especially his son, Eric, and partner Lauren Silverman, who had supported him throughout the ordeal. Lauren's support, the strength of their relationship. During Simon's recovery, Lauren Silverman played a crucial role in supporting him through his physical and emotional struggles. She was there for him during the months of rehabilitation, providing unwavering emotional support. Their bond grew even stronger as they navigated this challenging time together. Lauren's dedication to Simon's recovery demonstrated the depth of their relationship, showing that love and partnership can withstand even the most difficult trials. The accident forced Simon to face his own vulnerability, and it revealed the strength of his relationship with Lauren, who had been by his side through both the highs and the lows. Their commitment to each other became even more apparent as they worked through the challenges of Simon's recovery together. Reevaluating life, lessons learned from tragedy. The near-death experience profoundly changed Simon's approach to life. Having been a workaholic for most of his career, Simon had always prioritized professional success over personal relationships. However, the accident shifted his focus. He realized that no matter how much success he achieved, it was the time spent with loved ones that truly mattered. The accident reminded him that life is fragile and can change in an instant. Simon's recovery journey became a time of reflection, where he learned to appreciate the value of his family and the importance of finding balance in life. His experience taught him that living fully means embracing the present moment and cherishing the people who matter most. The loss of Liam Payne, a heartbreaking tragedy. In a tragic turn of events, Simon Cowell was dealt another devastating blow when he learned of the death of Liam Payne, a former member of One Direction, in October 2024. Liam, who had been a close friend and mentee of Simon's, died after falling from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires. Simon had been instrumental in forming One Direction and had watched the band grow from hopeful teenagers to international superstars. The news of Liam's death sent shockwaves through the music and entertainment industries. Simon, who had been a mentor to the band, was deeply affected by the loss. In his public tribute to Liam, Simon spoke of how much the young artist had meant to him, and how his death reminded Simon of the fragility of life. Grieving Liam's loss. Reflections on life and legacy. The loss of Liam Payne added another layer of grief to Simon's life. Although Simon had already faced the death of his father and mother, Liam's passing felt particularly heartbreaking due to the close bond they shared. Simon had been there for Liam throughout his career, guiding him and the other members of One Direction through their rise to fame. In the wake of Liam's death, Simon was forced to confront the pain of losing someone close, a young man who had so much more to offer. The tragedy served as a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the importance of cherishing the relationships we have while we can. It was a painful but powerful lesson for Simon, who had already faced so much loss in his own life. Finding strength through loss and love. In the aftermath of Liam's death, Simon's perspective on life and loss was forever changed. He learned that grief, though painful, is a part of the human experience, and it is through love and connection that we find healing. Simon's relationship with his son Eric, his partner Lauren, and the memory of Liam Payne have all shaped Simon's journey of self-reflection and growth. Despite the many challenges and tragedies he has faced, Simon has come to understand the importance of love, family, and living in the moment. His story is one of resilience, reminding us all of the power of love and the strength we find in the face of adversity.